Hi there, and greetings to all. Hope you guys are all safe in your places during these times of quarantine. There's so much going on these very times. It's yet exciting times in another way. That's only if you know inside information. In any case, this is not the topic. We're here to discuss about the device, and I still have that diagram that I haven't posted yet. I'm really taking my time to digest it. I haven't touched it. I haven't touched my bench for a long while, but right now, having so much time, I even did a good cleanup and arranging things nicely, as you can see, even sorting my stuff, which I'm really proud about. So but with some good news and updates, and please be very open to what I'm gonna be demonstrating tonight. As you can see, I have my wires more shorted and nicely tucked. All my connections are with the connectors. Everything's just shorter, nicer. Same push-pull driver, transformer, my Akula catcher, and many other connections, which is going from the 3 turns here to the inductor, as you can see, and from the grenade. And here I have a ground, which is really nicely placed right here right now. It's a ground strip where I'm going to be placing and connecting all the other grounds to then go into the main ground. As you can see, this main ground is going all the way outside, going all the way in the dirt. And what is interesting is that this ground, which I have in there, is going all the way to this connector, which is then connected to this auxiliary clip lead, because we're going to be do some changes during tests. Normally on many diagrams they showed us even the emitter side, so the negative rail of power supply, is also grounded to the earth. So I have it here from the emitter from that MOSFET, but I'm not using it because on the diagram it's not showing to ground that. So what's interesting right now is that it's showing to ground the gate side, or let's say on the secondary of the Tesla coil, which has been driven by this catcher circuit. So we'll be actually connecting ground straight to the secondary on the gate side of the MOSFET, while this is perfectly tuned by all my potentiometers. Right now it's behaving in such a manner that if I disconnect the ground, there's no action, and when I connect it, there is action. So, but I'm not going to be scoping it right now. I'm just going to be showing you guys what it's really doing, and it's actually showing slightly what Ruslan was also showing on his device, where he yanks out the power by taking out the ground cord, and the system stops running, or it doesn't function. Well, this is the exact same response. So right now I have it tuned to the ground, and without it there's absolutely nothing. So even though if I touch any pole with my bare hands and barefoot on the ground, it doesn't turn on. So oh yes, capacitors are being placed here and here. When tunings are being done with the rest of the system, the other half, one thing that the diagram said was that output should be taken right after diode bridge and capacitors, which is on this side. So if I'm gonna put caps for tuning, here we have for C resonance, here is for a resonance for the grenade. We cannot tap from here because otherwise you'll destroy resonance, because here is also where ground is being connected. It's right after when a diode bridge is being connected. So here, wires, diode bridge, capacitor, output. It's right there that you have to get it out, because if you get it out here, you'll destroy the operation. So we're gonna be turning on the system finally. This is what most of you guys are waiting for. Turning it on. Almost nothing on amps. System is running, but there's absolutely nothing. Nothing. See, even the antenna has nothing. Even it's doing some sign, but it's not even really tuned. See, there's nothing. But the moment I connect my ground to the base or the gate side of the test coil, the operation going on, which is really nice, and having this AM sound to it. While doing this, I have to position the coil at specific areas, because even that changes the frequency, or like, let's say the setting to the ground, which is very interesting. So that's something for to know and to note. We can also disconnect the ground from here. Ground is disconnected, system stops working. If I just tap it on the rail, works again. So we're gonna be putting it back inside. The ground is safe. Basically taking nothing to operate. What's interesting is when we change to leads that are on the left side, not on the right side, because then we'll destroy the operation. Be careful when you're gonna be using the Akula catcher, because by the incorrect tuning with this type of setting, you can instantly blow up the MOSFET instantly if you're not tuning it correctly. So be very careful. We know that if I connect it here, we have this type of output, this sound. If I connect to the one next to it, it has this. Let me see, let me just connect. Oof, it smells like ozone. Even the amps are different, which is not the correct one. It's just high frequency oscillations. We're going to connect to the third one. Another frequency output here, another channel, other channel here. Next, these ones are like all different in amps, so they have a particular setting, and even all the way to the last, to the very end of the entire secondary, it's still there, as you can see. So we're gonna be disconnecting it. We're gonna be connecting to the grenade antenna, as you can see. Now it's gonna be interesting. So we're gonna be turning it on. We have a CFL that could identify a field. Turning it on. It's on. How can we tell? Well, that's about it. Remember, this is being fed with the 28 turns being rectified onto the primary. As you can see, the arcs are white. Even let me remove the caps because they're very dangerous right now. They're statically charged. I'm off the ground because it's starting to get very dangerous. This is the inductor site with the high voltage being applied to it. It's not even grounded, the grenade. The grenade. And what's interesting is on the ground rail, you see, okay, now I'm gonna just show that I'm on the ground, touching the ground is safe. But I can't arc it right now with my hand, or let's say with this, it will shock the hell out of me. Here we have a 120 volt 7 watt bulb, and we're gonna be acting as a ground, and the other pole to the ground rail. And look, interesting, right? But without the ground, if I disconnect it, leave it there, no operation. See, I even dare to touch. There's absolutely nothing. It died. So we're gonna ground the system back to the socket. Turns on. Make sure that there's absolutely nothing else there. It's just a hole where I'm gonna be putting the ground inside. There's no trickery here. Only pure ground and everything else, right? What's interesting is we can see like a lot of power over here, sparks, like amp sparks. Interesting, right? But it doesn't influence the amps while it's working, which is amazing though. Just wanted to see what it does with the... Nah, does nothing. So everything is contained here. We have everything back. So if I just disconnect it over here as well, there's no ground to the unit, as you can see. There's nothing. Connected the ground back. Unit is working. In the next video I'll be showing different settings and its behavior, where I could do like every pulse per second or something like that. It's like puck 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 or something like that, you know. It's really amazing, but it has to be grounded when I have it in particular setting. So I really do see right now by grounding this has a complete different way of working with this. So imagine right now everything being grounded, even the inductor side and the side of the the grenade could do a lot of things. See, it's safe. I'm barefoot on ground and touching. What is amazing is you could hear it right through the coil while I'm touching it. Maybe you could barely see something. Well, it did arc to the coil once on a high setting. It arced from here till here. It's really nasty. Even got some accidents. That's why it was black, or like all blackened like that. Even the grenade has the sounds on it. I have this one disconnected on 2 turns, because if I do connect it, which is connected to the grenade, it shorts and burns this full completely, and I can't have that right now. Well, that's it, guys. This is part of the update. Hope you guys enjoyed. The very next video will be more interesting stuff. We'll see what we'll do on the forum. Panov did share a lot of these circuits, but I'm not putting ground again to the emitter side. I'm putting ground on the secondary side of the Tesla coil and the gate. Well, as you can see, there are some obstacles before it reaches ground, like this diode and so, but it's really something necessary. But I'm not connecting. If I do connect the ground with the gate and the emitter, it just blows up. I can't do anything. But yeah, it's really interesting what you can do. Panov did good stuff by showing us that yeah, he's using 5, I'm using 4. This is the push-pull driver. As you can see over here, it's telling us it's going to catch it. And yes, sorry, I got caught off battery, so I had to re-record a small part. So yeah, so it's actually showing that it's going to catch her. We had some unknown voltages right here. Here it says that he has to ask Ruslan to see what kind of voltage is going to catch her, because he wasn't sure. But well, I'm using 150 volt DC variably a bit. Should able to variable it a bit more, so I could go all the way to 24 volts. So we'll have to see that. Well, good. If you guys enjoyed, remember that you can always get the Akula diagram from the internet. Try to replicate the catcher if you want. What I know is the ones that are still using simple catcher, what I can say is, if you're having it, you'll need a switch, like another MOSFET or something, on the negative leg of the simple catcher to turn it on and off, so that you have like a short pulse. Otherwise it will just do free oscillations. This is not what we want, and able to connect it the same way. Alright, so you'll need a cutoff switch, like an interrupter, on the negative rail of the catcher. Cool, guys. Till next time.